Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I'm up today with the 12 by 12 layout, and this one is actually of a photo featuring just myself, which, as you all know if you've watched our channel for a while, I don't do very often, particularly not since having my son. I rarely take photos of myself, just myself, and so my sister and I have actually started a little project called Affirmation April. So obviously I filmed this video and did the voiceover in April, but we've been doing this since the start of April, and just on Instagram and on the Confessions of a Paper Addict scrapbook Facebook. Wow, that was too many words. It didn't make sense. The Confessions of a Paper Addict Facebook group. We've been putting it up in there every day as well, and it is taking photos of ourselves, reminding ourselves that we are worth scrapbooking and documenting, and our stories are important too. And so my sister and I have decided to take photos of each other, take photos of ourselves. We're not seeing each other currently because we are in self-isolation, so we are taking photos of ourselves to document both our story through this pandemic and through the self-isolation that we have in Australia. We're not in lockdown, but we have got a stay-at-home order, so there's only 4 reasons why people should be leaving the house. And so, yeah, we are all currently at home and only going out for essentials like groceries. And so, yeah, we're recording photos of ourselves every day. And so this one, I believe, was taken on the 1st of April, actually. And it's just me holding up the book that I've been trying to read for months. I listen to a lot of audiobooks, but I don't read very many physical books anymore because I'm too tired at night to read, and I just don't have time during the day to read a physical book. But I often listen to audiobooks while I am doing other things like cleaning the house and stuff like that, and scrapbooking. I often listen to audiobooks while I'm scrapbooking too. So, yeah, that's what the photo is. And I am using up a Kitaholic Kits kit. So Kitaholic Kits are an Australian kit-based subscription company, and I believe this is the January kit that I'm using. I used to be on their design team many years ago, and I'm not a current subscriber, but I participated in an online crop they had in January, and I won a kit. So I think this was the January kit, and it used predominantly willow from One Canoe 2, but also used some of the newer Heidi Swap collection. What was it called? Honey and Spice, maybe. I don't remember exactly, but these tags that I'm using here were from that particular collection, and I decided to use the whole pack on this layout. I am technically following a sketch challenge. So Kitaholic Kits had another online crop over Easter, and this was a layout I made for that. And I am technically following a sketch challenge, but I really strayed a long way from the sketch. So it was just sort of, I guess, more inspiration rather than strictly following the sketch, but that's okay. And so what I'm doing is I've put the tags into kind of pairs, so to speak, and I used the twine that came with it, and I'm creating a bit of a banner concept where I've joined the tags together, and yeah, I'm just wrapping the twine around and then, yeah, turning it into more of a banner to put on my layout. So I've seen this idea kind of on Pinterest and things like that. I didn't specifically follow a particular layout. As I said, I was using a sketch, but I have a lot of trouble using tags, so I thought, why not just use the whole set on this one layout? I mean, they all go together, and it prevented me needing to embellish. I haven't barely embellished this layout at all. So I added some mist in the background that I was doing. I did that while I was chatting to you and doing the intro, and I used blush from Heidi Swap. From the Heidi Swap Colour Shine. I used raspberry from Heidi Swap Colour Shine, and I used seafoam from Heidi Swap Colour Shine. So yeah, they're the colours that I use in the background. And now I edit out a little bit of this, but I have paired all of these tags together, and now I'm just going to stick them down onto the layout. I don't pop any up on foam, but I just stick the bottom tag down, and I sort of leave most of the top tags free just to float around. So I've stuck all of those down, and now I'm going to work on the tags at the bottom. So I'm going to kind of wrap the banner around so that it's sort of goes from the top and then down to the bottom. You'll see what I mean in a minute when I'm putting the string in. But I'm going to then do exactly the same thing at the top that I do down the bottom. So I do edit that part out, and I've stuck down the the base of all those tags onto the page. I'm just tying a little bow at the end of the string or the twine just to sort of finish it off. I didn't know how I was going to finish it off, so I ended up just tying a bow and cutting off the ends, but I stick the bow down in a minute using a glue dot. And I think I'm going to, not I think, I know I'm going to add my photo to the left-hand side here. So I contemplating turning my photo into a tag, but because I'd printed my photos out before I'd decided on my layouts, I didn't sort of print it. It was too big to turn into a tag. So I just end up leaving it as a 3x4 size, and I just back it on some white cardstock and then back it again on a green pattern paper. Well, it's a solid colour, but it is a pattern paper. It's just the side that I choose is the solid green. It's got sort of a watercolour wash type brush strokey through it. It's on the reverse side of a cut apart sheet from the Willow collection from One Canoe 2. I just knew that I wouldn't use the cut aparts, so I used the B side. So I'm just mounting my photo, trimming that down, and then I will pop my photo up on foam and add it to my layout. This layout was fiddly because I sort of used the twine to put the tags together and I had to kind of stick them down onto the layout, but it's a very simple layout and a good way to use tags. If you're not a massive tag lover, I mean, I'm happy to use them, but I don't use a lot on a layout at one time. This was a nice way to use up tags so they didn't have to go into my stash. I was really working hard to kill this kit over the Easter weekend when I was participating in the online crop that Kitaholic Kits were doing, and I did. I killed it, so I was very happy. I have a few pieces of paper left from Kaisercraft and a couple from Auburn Lane, and I decided to just add those into my stash, and I used up basically everything else, so I was very pleased with myself. So I've just used a glue dot, as I said, to stick down those bows, and then I'll trim off the excess length tail, I suppose, of the bows, and then I'm going to do my title. So I wanted to use up some of these thickers, and I decided to use up on the list right now. I guess I've done a little bit of journaling off camera, but I basically just said that I was hoping to get some reading in. So I guess the reading was on the list of things that I'd like to do while in self-isolation. And it's currently, what date am I doing this voiceover? It's the 18th of April. And so I've done a little bit of reading, but mainly audiobooks as usual. I haven't finished this Rainbow Rail book. It's called Landline. It's actually really interesting, but I haven't finished it yet. I'm getting a little bit closer, but yeah, I'm definitely not there yet. So I don't know how many physical books I will get read during isolation, but that's okay. So I have finished, and now I'm sitting here thinking, what else am I going to do to this layout? And I decided to do a little bit of the whole ripping kind of technique and then adding some pattern paper behind it. I don't know, I saw Melissa Vining do this in one of her layouts, and I know she said she took inspiration from someone else, and I can't remember who that was. Was it Chrissy from Chrissy's Beautiful Life? Don't remember, but anyway, I saw Melissa do it and I went, oh, I should try that. So here I am, giving it a try. And I really like the way that it looked. It just adds some nice texture and also just a little bit of detail when you don't necessarily want to add much else to the layout. So I was pretty much done, but I wanted to add a little bit of interest. So I end up adding the torn paper in the top and the bottom. I was just going to add it in one spot, but because this was sort of a very kind of symmetrical layout, I suppose, in the sense of the sort of line of tags at the top and line of tags at the bottom, I thought that I should do the two ripped edges. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. And I picked the same backing paper that I was using the same paper that I used to back my photo with, if that makes sense, that greeny colour, which is from the Willow collection from One Canoe 2. And I'm really, as I said, really happy with it. I think it looks great. I'm definitely going to do it again. But here I go, just backing that. And then I think I add a few little puffy hearts. I was sort of trying to work out how to embellish this layout. I knew I didn't want to add much because the tags were so kind of, there was so much going on. I'm just showing you. We got these curios, I think they're called, from Kaisercraft, and I hate them. I think they're a terrible embellishment, and I don't know why Kaisercraft make them. They feel like glass. They're really heavy and they're really thick, and they're just, very impractical in my opinion. So there you go, controversial, but I hate them. I think they're a waste and I would never buy them for myself, but they came in a kit, but I won't use them. So I will add them in to a giveaway pile that I have. Not so much stuff to give away to fellow subscribers, because a lot of what I've put in my giveaway box is sort of things that I've kind of half used and bits and pieces that I know I won't use, but I end up giving them to a friend who does art classes with, she works at a special school, so she works with students with disability and she uses them for her art class, so I am happy to donate them there. So I'm just adding these puffy hearts stickers, and these are from Bella Boulevard, I think, and I've got them in a few different colours. I've got a yellow, a black, pink and a blue, and they were good. They just finished off the layout nicely, I thought. So here you go, we are all done. Here is the pictures. Make sure you check out all my links down below, and we will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day. All right guys, bye.